Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Sabrina. Good to talk to you both. Dee Dee, when I spoke to you a few weeks back, you talked about how you had that first game back in Texas circled on your calendar all year long to go back and play in front of some family. How was that experience for you, and how many people showed up to watch that game?
It was so special. My papa doesn't travel ever, so he was at the game. He surprised me. I was excited. I think that's the one thing I remember. But I had about like 40, 50 people and family there, and then a couple Baylor fans and a couple friends. So it was exciting.
Thanks so much. And Sabrina, one of the only flaws in Connecticut's execution is that they rank 11th in turnover percentage. Is a major counter to their league's lowest pace trying to force some live ball errors and then trying to capitalize before their half court defense can get set?
I mean, they're just a smart and veteran team. So their guards are smart. They get up and pressure full court. And so we're just going to have to be able to take care of the ball and, be able to make good passes. And I think that's going to be a key to our offense today, and definitely our transition offense as well, is just taking care of the ball and limiting live turnovers.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Good luck to you both tonight.
Thank you.
Jackie Powell. Good afternoon, both of you. Thank you so much for being here. So I have a colleague who's working on a story about the best defensive guards in the league. And so, both of you, this is your first full season playing in the league. I'm curious as to, from both of your perspectives, who fit the description as some of the best defensive guards that you've faced in the W.
I feel like they all have to guard Sabrina, so she would know.
I mean, I think there's a lot. There's probably one or two on every single team. Connecticut has a lot of great on-ball defenders.
Atlanta
has great on-ball defenders. Seattle has great on-ball defenders. I mean, the list kind of goes on. I don't think there's one particular that sticks out of my head, but I mean, tonight we're facing two really top on-ball defenders, and so that'll be kind of a game in itself, being able to control the pace and not let them speed us up as guards.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Now, I understand that it's imperative to focus on yourselves, but I'm curious because, Alyssa Thomas is going to be playing tonight, and I wonder, is there a heightened awareness around maybe a potential quicker style of play that the Sun had earlier in this season? Or let me rephrase that. With Alyssa Thomas, their style will probably become a bit quicker. So, they played earlier this season a bit slower because they didn't have her. And so I know that you guys focus on yourselves, but is there any, I guess, awareness about that change in their pace?
I think we're cognizant of it and we're understanding of it. We're watching film and we're understanding like the capability that she's going to bring to their team and all the positive, that she is. And I think we're all excited for her return and being able to play the sport that she loves. And happy that she's kind of, done rehabbing and able to finally get back on the court. But I don't think, in particular, it's something that we're honing in on. We're focusing on ourselves and, what we can control, and whatever they can, they do and who they bring out there is out of our control. And so whoever it is, whether it's her, whether it's her teammates, we're going to be ready for the battle and just excited to play.
Great. And Dee Dee, I will ask you questions, I promise. So I'm curious for you, as a rookie, how this type of playing for extending your season type of vibe feels, this high pressure situation at the end of the season. Is this like anything that you've experienced in your basketball career before?
I can say some type of pressure. This kind of pressure, like playing for the second half of your season, no, I have not felt this pressure. So it's kind of exciting. It's humbling. I think everyone should go through things that, go through adversity and be able to overcome it. And this is another form of adversity that I'm going to be able to say that I'm checking off my list. So I'm excited to, go to battle with my teammates. I mean, if I had to pick any team to go to battle with, it'd be this one. So I believe in us, and I'm excited to see what we're going to do in these next two games.
I appreciate that. And finally, for me, this is a bit more social justice related here, but I think it's important to talk about. So Miles brought up that, Dee Dee, you went home, to play in front of the home crowd. And, I noticed there was a game maybe last week where Alicia Clark wore a shirt that was sort of in reference to the recent abortion bill that was passed by the Texas legislator. So I'm curious from you, as someone who Texas is obviously very close to your heart, how do you think you as a women's basketball player with a big platform can respond to something like this and, push forward your beliefs, especially amid something that is, I guess, in contrast to a lot of what the league has been doing this season, as there's been a focus on women's health and resources for women's health.
Like you said, Alicia Clark, I think I can use my platform the same way she did by bringing awareness to it, showing that I'm clearly against it. I mean, it's our bodies, and I feel like we should be able to do what we want with it. But it's something that the southern states, especially Texas, has been kind of pushing for. I think that we've known about this since January, and we talk about it. We sign as many petitions as we can. Whenever I was in Texas and Waco and Houston, and you try and do everything that you can, but at some point our voices are going to be heard, you will hope. So it's just about saying what you believe in and saying what you want to change in this world, and hoping that one day it will.
Dee, thank you. I really appreciate it. And good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Jeff Magliochetti.
Thank you. Good afternoon, both of you. Thank you for joining us today. Even if the postseason dream ends this week, there has been so much progress with this team this season. What's one thing you're going to take away, each of you, from this season, no matter what? One positive you're going to take away from the season, no matter what, being on a personal or team level?
That's a really nice question. Thank you for saying that there was a lot of positives. For me, it's my first WNBA win. And so, as well as a first season that I've been able to play in. So, aside from getting to the playoffs, how many games or losses, I think, big picture, I'm just blessed to be able to be playing this game healthy with my teammates, and doing what I love. And so I think just the growth of this team, from last year winning 2 games to this year potentially being able to make the playoffs, there's so much growth in such a young team, and we faced so much adversity this season with people sitting out with injury. And I think, we're just starting to scratch the surface. And so I think it's really exciting for this off season and then next season to be able to see what we can accomplish and how close we are to getting there. And so that's really what I'm excited and thankful about.
Oh, you said both, but
Yeah.
Okay. I think more so I want to individually. I love teammates, so I was able to even be drafted. I think one point in time I wasn't even supposed to be playing basketball, so I think that's a big thing for me. It was a huge eye opener, and just being able to kind of build my game the way I have this season, with the help of the coaches and my teammates. There was no offensive threat for me, I want to say, like last year in college. So now being able to contribute on the offensive side, not just being a defensive person, I mean, it's really exciting, and something that I'm going to continue to build in the off season and the next season.
If I could follow up on that, Dee, with finding your offensive game this season, one of the things you mentioned when the Liberty first called your name at the draft was how excited you were to work with Dustin Gray, and how much has this coaching staff helped you at the end of the day find that offensive game and keep pace on defense as well?
I think Dustin definitely lived up to what he was saying, and everything that he was telling me before I even came to New York, which was as soon as we get here, we're going to get him. And that's exactly what we did. And I'm just grateful that they believed in me as a coaching staff, and they're continuously believing in me. So I'm just excited to see what is going to come in the years of me being in New York.
Appreciate your time and insight, both of you. Have fun out there tonight.
Thank you.
Last one, Christy Winter-Scott.
Good afternoon, ladies, and thank you again for your time today. With both games that you have this week being against teams that shoot a high volume level of threes, what is that like to try to get on pace with that, like getting your threes to fall in the next couple of games?
I'm confused with your question. Getting our to fall?
Yes, for yours. Like your 3-point shooting is like the tops in the league in terms of volume, and Connecticut is an inside team, but then you have a team on Friday, that is another team with Washington that shoots a high volume of threes. How important will the threes be for you to get to fall today and on Friday? Sorry about that.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I mean, they're important every game. You know, we don't change compared to who we're playing against. So we're trying to, you know, reach our limit of shots that should be taking, whether they're miss or make. You know, we believe in every single player that's shooting that shot, and those are shots we practice every day. And individuals, we practice as a team, and so you know, we're really honing in on being confident in taking those shots, because then it's going to end up stretching up the defense, and then we'll be able to get our posts to work inside. So these next 2 games, it's huge. Hopefully, you know, we can get hot and kind of make a push for the playoffs here, and do that with, you know, making a lot of shots and playing our inside game as well.
Right. And one last thing for me with Connecticut tonight, in this game will be your outside against their inside. What is going to be the key to kind of contain the painted area and deny touches for them in there?
Yeah, I mean, we know they're great inside. They have great players, potentially a league MVP that is going to be going up, you know, that we're going to be going up against. And so I think the key is just staying locked in and focused, you know, not turning the ball over, obviously offensively. And if we can get them taking the ball out of the net, we can get set up, you know, defensively and have the matchups that we want, not be mismatched. Try and get stops and for sure rebound the ball and limit them to 1, you know, opportunity. And then we can continue to push our offense. Period.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I was just trying to combine the 2 games this week. I thank you for your patience on my question forming.
Yeah.
Ladies, we actually have another Monica McNutt.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Congrats on the year. Okay, first, Dee, I seen your Quest commercial yesterday.
Oh my God, was that cute?
You were cute. Tell me about how that came to be real quick. Just fun little story.
Quest really just reached out to a lot of rookies basically, and we all interviewed for the spot, I want to say, and it's basically a rookie campaign. It's based on rookies and how it is being a rookie in the league and at the next level. So you had to give your story, how you feel, and then I got picked, and boom, now I'm there.
Super cute. Okay, so speaking of rookies, Michaela's had quite the year for you guys, and we're coming down the home stretch in terms of awards and all that good stuff. What, from you all's perspective, why has she been so successful this year?
I mean, her ability to come in from college and play a completely different position and excel at that position is something that's unheard of, especially in a rookie year. And so, you know, in college, she was more back to the basket, kind of post presence, and now she's playing wing and shooting the ball at a really high percentage. And so her ability to, you know, translate her game from the college game to the pro game in a matter of a couple of weeks of training camp and then games was huge. And so, you know, there's not a lot of the rookies, you know, out in the league that are having the impact that she does on our team. And so, you know, she's just scratching the surface. She has so much more room for improvement and for growth, just like we all do. And so that's really exciting to see what she's going to look like, you know, in these next games, and then obviously next season, because she's just going to continue to get better and figure out this game.
What'd you say, babe?
Was I supposed to answer that too?
If you got something to add, go ahead.
Michaela's gonna be rookie of the year, but what I wanted to say was, I mean, it's crazy. It's really admiring to watch her, because like I'm a rookie and I've witnessed other rookies where like we talk about it, we're all like, you know, keeping up with each other, and it's just like, dang, like this is crazy. It's a huge difference, or it's a big jump from college to this, and to watch Michaela kind of shut us up is hilarious. Like she's like, I mean, just go in there and be strong, right? Like she's so sweet and she's so innocent, but it's like she's a beast on the court. So I'm excited for her, and it's really exciting to watch.
I love that. All right, cool. That's all I got.
Thank you. Thanks, ladies, and thank you all for joining. We will send the recording shortly. Thank you.
Thanks, Lee.